Will the director of Star Wars Episode 9 get fired because of a movie he just did? That is a question people on Twitter are positing. I don't know if I'm on board with it so far myself. However, the reviews for Colin Trevorrow's new movie, The Book of Henry, are pretty bad, and they're worse than The Mummy if you want to make comparisons for people who are wondering about it. In particular, critics are calling it, quote, grotesquely phony and manipulative, that's the LA Times, preposterous genre stew with wacky plot spasms and underdeveloped characters from the Film Journal International, and a bizarre mashup of a quirky comedy, a weepy drama, and a hard-boiled thriller that ends up feeling like a mutant Lifetime movie with an ending straight out of a fever dream from The Atlantic. A lot of this hinges on the writing itself, which Trevorrow did not do, but a lot of people are saying he wasn't able, or a lot of critics are saying rather, that he wasn't able to get good performances out of the bunch that included Naomi Watts and Jacob Tremblay, two pretty well-known good actors. And because of this, people on Twitter are saying things like, what if The Book of Henry gets such scathing reviews that Trevorrow is fired from Star Wars? That'd be hilarious. And so is The Book of Henry so bad that it will cost Trevorrow the Star Wars gig? Did Trevorrow just trank himself? That is, of course, referring to the director of Fantastic Four, Josh Trank, who may have hurt his own career after that. I don't think he's going to get fired. However, I do think it might be something to worry about if those criticisms are justifiably true. Because the last thing we saw, or the last major thing we saw from Colin Trevorrow was, of course, Jurassic World, which you can, I think, fairly describe as a predictable and somewhat bland blockbuster type movie that relied too heavily on nostalgia to pull itself up. I would be a little concerned because Episode 9 is going to be an extremely important chapter of the Star Wars saga. It's the end of this trilogy and perhaps the end of several well-known and well-loved characters. And if it's done in a mess of conflicting genres and treacle, it's not gonna land well. It has to be done just so, and there's so much scrutiny on this that if it's going to be hard to do. So we'll see if he can pull it off. Audience, are you worried about Star Wars Episode 9 following this, or is this a little bit too far into the outrage pool? Please let us know below, and please like and subscribe for more.